And we're here, Wasatch High School, for girls varsity basketball. Wasatch High is hosting the Springville Devils. And they are a hurricane.
They are so good.
Yeah.
They didn't lose anybody. I believe they're returning 8 seniors this year.
Wow.
And a couple of those are phenomenal players.
And speaking of phenomenal players, Ellie Esplin, Coach, you mentioned her when I walked up. I'm looking at the stats. She has 15 and a half points per game, 26 three-pointers, 26 rebounds. She's a force to be reckoned with. Next leading scorers, Kayla Perret at 12 points and Brooke Pennington at 11. So
what's the story?
So they got some girls that can score.
To be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Drinking dope, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Hit that pill, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. Boom, my 90s, turn me to a superhero. Yeah. If your metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again. Yeah. Fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again. Yeah. Can't get in the cup, gotta get paid, king in the streets, young mage, praying on the crowd, take it to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar. Shout out to Dallas, my is a star. Get rich, better take it to war. On your casket, shoot at your bra.
Job finished? No, I don't think so.
And we welcome you back here for the starting lineups of the Wasatch Springville girls basketball, varsity basketball. As Ken was mentioned earlier, talking about some of the lineups and matchups here. It is a tough task here for the Lady Wasps tonight against these Red Devils, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they have been their steamroller through right now, setting it, I believe, 12-2 record.
Yeah, and I think looking at 5A, I mean, I would put Springville in the driver's seat for sure, having watched them play a few and just what they're returning. So this is a big game. This is a great opportunity for both because Wasatch is no slum. They're sitting pretty high. This is kind of duking out for the top of the Region 9 here for the girls basketball.
Sure. And they're looks like Springville's preseason rolled Pleasant Grove by 15, Corner Canyon by 20, and just squeaked by Skyridge. But those are some serious teams that this Springville has scheduled early on, and they're a force to be reckoned with. And like you said, Coach, they're going to be the class of the 5A. So good test in the region. You know,
it's fun to have them in the region. Right. It's fun to have them in the nest.
And we've been impressed with Coach Hull's team, what she's put on the floor this season. Let's hope it continues. No reason why it wouldn't.
Yeah, she's doing a great job.
Yeah, so excited
putting her brand and her mark on this program.
Sure. Last game Wasatch played was against Provo, and they fell to the Bulldogs. Feely.
And that was a close one.
Yeah, our
came right down last.
Our freshman phenom was the leading scorer on that. So she's getting a little more confident the season going.
Yeah, and I see the coaching staff kind of loosening the reins a little bit too, and making it hers and letting her know that
she's earned that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And the two, Brooke Pennington, she handles the ball well, and that's a nice backdoor pass. Maddie Galbraith. And we'll get more familiar with these names as we go. And it looks like our fifth young lady on the floor is Katie Durfee. I'm sorry. Sorry for any grandparents, aunts and uncles, or moms and dads that are listening and we're butchering last names.
We welcome you, but we'll do our best.
And we will be respectful. Nice pass.
Great pass.
Man.
That's the positioning. It's the spot.
Right.
They just get to the spots,
And
make the ball work.
And I'm sure that they've seen plenty of film on her, so when she got the ball, they're rushing to defend. And a good score, turns into a great passer, right? If they're a good team player. So Feely brings the ball down.
Yeah, the better you are, the more opportunities it creates for those around you.
Great switch. And
they're calling offensive on that.
That's rough right at the first. And I think she kind of fell over too, Corey.
I think
hey, coach.
That is a tough one, I'll say. Sorry, I'm going to try to pull double duty. I forgot. I was going to do some replays here with us. I think we've got that ready for tonight.
Well, let's hope our Wasps are.
Liz Houston's getting the start tonight, and defense has already shown, too. They're going man here, last possession on the inbound. They were going on zone.
Looks like 2 shots on the shot. Esplin going to the hole. And that's where you can get started right from the foul line. Well, again, Springville is everything you said. I mean, they move the ball well. They handle the ball under pressure. Defensively, I saw some switches down there I was impressed with. So let's hope the Wasps are up to it tonight. And we've seen Liz Houston. We've seen her start before for Wasatch. I like her. She's a defender.
And yes, and I think when she's in the lineup, that tells me the focus is defense first.
Yeah.
Now, not that she can't score. She's just a great hustler all around.
Yeah, she is.
That's one of those things that she brings. She's going to be on the floor. She's going to get her hand in passing lanes, but she's known for her defense for sure.
Feely brings the ball up.
Yeah, and Ellie Espen is just harassing her right in her numbers.
Yeah. Little off balance.
But a great back pick for her to try to get her open, get her involved early on in the game.
Smooth. There we go.
Great rebound there.
And part of the Gardner sisters, they're looking for her sister right there. A little bit. That's a little handsy for me. I would have get a foul down there. Number 10 for Springville, Kayla Perret. She's chippy.
When I see how quick they were to go from one end to the other end, just back, get that hoop in.
Very well coached. And there it is again, overplaying. Number 10 is a good, strong defender. And the only way to slow that down is a couple plays. You see her down here in the box. She's just pushing McKenna out of the box there. And
very physical, very defensive minded. There she just pokes it away.
And Feely just got her pocket picked by Esplin. That's number 2 is no slouch either. That's Brooke Pennington. A little bit rattled here.
See if we can take a look at that last little step through. It was a great, gets past her man.
Yeah.
Little Euro step.
And not
keeps
rushed.
The defender on the floor, flat-footed, and easy too.
And it looked like a...
Now look at this pressure. All the way, just... And so disciplined at watching the ball and staying in.
Yes.
Not reaching all the time. Not hands-on all the time. It's when that ball comes across. I used to tell my kids it was like sharks and bait in the water. You know, they wait and they wait.
Right.
And when it's there,
right,
it's a quick snap. And so,
Ashley Garner, nice move, and she'd square up on that at the end. But good, strong move to the basket, and we're hustling. Letting them play. Good and bad. Not good in our favor tonight.
If we don't match that same aggressiveness,
right,
then yeah, it's going to be
right.
a runaway here.
And what I was going to mention on that is when Pennington went to the basket last time, Ashley Gardner was really, really hesitant to get her hand in her face. Now, she's been in some foul trouble before, so maybe that's part of the game is they want to keep her clean.
And there's Liz Houston.
And then they're going to get a foul. Man, here's the thing. There are times that, and there's nothing that I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but there are times that officials, and I've talked to them, will let the girls play a little bit instead of constantly, calling fouls. They'll coach a little bit, like, hey, get your hand off. Hey, that was a little hard there. Tonight, it's a little bit of feast and famine. I wouldn't have expected that call.
I remember back when they brought in the third ref here in high school. The coach that I was working with at the time, like, what do you think? What's your opinion? He's like, I hate it. I'm like, why? You'd think you'd get more calls. He's like, there's just one more guy to stew it up.
Exactly.
None of them ever get it right. Why add a third one?
Spoke to like a true head coach, right?
Yes.
Never in your favor.
Just one more to miss it.
Feely's right back in.
And that's a great coaching opportunity when a coach pulls them out. Get the instruction they need, get them right back in, and let them make that adjustment.
Amelia Brown is checked in. She had a good game last against Provo as well. So getting rewarded with some time here.
A quick foul before the inbound there.
Man, good idea, and nice and squared up. Nothing wrong with that shot. Not a bad shot. Nothing wrong with that shot. Look at this young lady.
Yeah, the court vision. Yeah. Just getting up, beating them backcourt again. And then the court vision and the ability to finish. Coach Hull has seen.
She's seen enough.
30-second timeout for Wasatch.
Let's see if we can get that last one here again. Just.
Great job. Nobody picking up the ball.
Yep, no pressure on the ball. It's easy for her eyes up. She can see the whole floor coming up. And of course, when your teammates are down, they make it easy for you.
You'll see me refer back to my playing days, and I had a head coach that said you've got to stop the ball first. You can match it. I'm not so concerned matching up with somebody who's coming behind them. You got to stop ball, and
the ball is what scores.
Yeah, letting them come down and dictate. Right, you let them get deep in the paint, come to a jump stop. Then you've got to defend. Someone's got to come off and get you. Then you're leaving their man and creates bad things. So, as we've seen quite a bit this year, a lot of pressure on the inbounds pass, more than I've seen, I think, in my whole career, where teams love to press. Great press.
Couple back, make the defense shift sides of the court and hit it to the middle.
Ashley,
that was a great break.
Slow down there and Feely triple threats before she goes to the basket, and that's a nice uses the backboard. That's a nice take for her, and another nice a little bit long.
We'll see that take one more time by Feely, just setting up her man. And taking her off the left side there, off the glass.
Love how she squares up, takes command, eyes up, and she's under control.
And that's how you do it. Don't let that pressure get in you. There was nothing there, just one screen, nothing fancy.
It's like I would say 1-3-1. It's like Brown is running the baseline. And we just can't get it to fall. That was a nice shot.
They've had a couple good looks. Some contest to win it, but they've had better looks the last few possessions than when we started with.
Now, listen, 8 points is not huge at the first of the game. Against a team like Springville, it could quickly become huge.
Yeah, when your shots are that difficult to get off, like they do a great job of limiting and making you take the shot that they want you to take.
Yep.
8 points can be 4 buckets. There, the inbound just deflected off. We'll try this again from the baseline.
Reagan Price, a sophomore. And we have two young ladies guarding one. Sophomore a little bit out of balance there.
Look at that ball movement. Switch, a little imbalance, little. A great job of Wasatch of keeping that ball on the perimeter and keeping the man in front.
And Springville a little bit out of sorts.
But you can't give up second chances like that. You cannot give them another rebound.
And again, here comes the pressure. We'll see how sophomore handles that. Not kicking it back to Sicily.
Yeah, Coach Hull mixing the lineup quite a bit already in the first quarter.
Got to get your head up, young lady.
You got 1 second. Yep. Like we mentioned earlier with the shot clock, that's such an easy call.
Yeah,
they don't have to count. You look
absolutely.
When it's 25 on the clock, it's
absolutely. Set a screen to get one of those guards free. And then you have to look middle.
Eyes up. You got to look up the court. But pressure can do that to you, And some of these younger players, when the pressure comes, their eyes go down. There's a shot from the corner.
Coach, I'm not sure what we're doing, but the sophomore, Reagan Price, is a little out of sorts there. I'm not sure who she's guarding. And I'm not sure she knows who she's guarding. But that's leaving us a little empty-handed.
Yeah, even coming down the court, you've got to have a presence and have a purpose.
That's two, and that's a foul.
Yeah,
that was
first
late.
one.
I would have, and I'd have called on the first one too. But she's an aggressive young lady.
See if we can get another look at that.
Number 10, at the line shooting 2.
Springville 12, Wasatch 2. And these buckets have been hard to come by tonight. Feely, freshman, at the line. Not happy with herself. The other thing, too, Coach, is we are working really hard for that shot that we're getting, too. So,
yeah, every shot is difficult.
And we've talked before.
Nothing easy.
When you're expending on the defensive side, and then it's hard to get shots, and she gets one to fall. Be a long night. Wasatch man-to-man. And we like them taking those shots.
Good board, eyes up, find somebody up. If somebody's ahead of you open, get them the ball. Yeah, you had Liz Houston over here in the corner.
Yeah.
Wanting the ball. And
Katie Perry just under control, just turning through it right back to Feely, and Ashley's got to get under control.
Yeah. This is where sometimes when the score starts to slip, it feels like it, right?
Right.
I mean, it's 14-3. They've scored 3 points in the first quarter, but you feel almost a sense of panic in Wasatch watching it.
We're getting a little frustrated.
Just settle down. It's 11 points.
Yeah.
Like, it's not – the scoreboard looks worse than it is, 11 points. Don't put it all and try to get it all in once.
Slow down. Break the press first. Set up the offense.
And do what's been getting you success through the season. Like, do it together, right? Make the play for somebody else.
Springville again.
There's their 5-out, cutters through.
Moving the ball pretty efficiently.
Just using the clock, getting it down to the last.
Good help by McKenna.
Now just don't foul. Stay in front.
That's a great defensive. Okay, good.
And I think they could have.
Yeah,
the way that they've been calling. Could have called that with that
Absolutely.
contact after the shot.
Absolutely. He was definitive. He shook it off. Maybe Springville would have complained a little bit more had they not been up like they are right now. But that was a good defensive stand right there. We saw some help defense, staying in front of the ball. And I like how they kept it on top. They kept it on top of the top of the key, top of the three-point line. They weren't able to penetrate. So I think Coach Hull's making some adjustments. We're getting there.
See if we can see that last possession. As they just move it, 5 out, and a cutter through, just keep it. Here's the block out.
Not too bad. I'm okay with that. But again, every time Springville shoots that three, gets them out of their offense. So I'm okay with them shooting three until they're hitting. As
long as you're not giving up,
sure,
you've got to box out. That's obviously been addressed as she's closing out. Don't give them a second chance opportunity, but that's the shot you want them to take.
And I will be 100% up front. I am old school and not a big fan of that 3-point. I know it's done Golden State very well, but I think in this high school game, you need to work the ball, make the defense work, look for some cuts to the basket.
Well, and with the success of Golden State, and they're out tremendous shooting.
Sure.
Every high school kid and every junior high kid, everybody wants to shoot the half court,
emulate it. Yeah.
Deep three, and it's amazing to see what players are doing nowadays.
Compared.
The range.
There we go. Got to reach. Now, I like to see that.
But look at that defense. Just aggressive. Nothing is going to be easy.
She's tenacious and she's a great player, but the reaching, you got to slow that down. That's on the official.
Yep.
And that
100%.
That was a good call.
And now the player adjusts to it, or they don't. They get in trouble, So.
She's got her feet set. I'm okay with that
decent shot. She's a great shooter.
I just wish they would just set their feet, a little triple threat before they catch that pass and go.
But again, another opportunity, another possession.
We are not looking for the girl we're defending when the ball goes up. So you got to find that. You got to find that person and box out.
Ooh, good block.
Nice job, McKenna, and nice hustle.
And she comes away with it. She's trying to.
Possession arrow back to Springville, unfortunately, but not for lack of trying. And Ashley Gardner will check back in.
Now let's see that block again as she gets a little half step on her.
Great job.
Plays it well, keeps the hands high.
Yes, exactly,
and
Coach.
just meets the ball.
Just like you're talking about. No body on that.
So last time Wasatch did like a 4-1 zone along the baseline inbound. Now they're going man.
So they're gonna
another look.
That's a great play.
And that's what happened.
That's
you risk with
play.
man.
Yeah, yep.
If you're not switching, up screens are killer. Oh yeah,
slow down, kids. Go, and that's a nice pass. And Feely,
stay out of the trap.
Got to come and help. Miss Houston does that.
I'd like to see them save their dribble.
Yes,
get down and pick it up.
I was going to say,
come down, pick it up.
That's a great move.
Great baseline.
There we go.
And that's her game right there. That's a great shot.
I was going to say, I've been touting so much to triple threat and not dribble it so quick, but you don't want to kill your dribble either right there. And that's a nice shot. Smooth feeder set. That young lady's done that 26 times prior to that this season, so she has the range. Okay, we need to move a little bit on offense, and it's like a 1-4. Great look. I'm not sure that was designed that way.
But you'll take it, right?
Yep. But Katy Perry just turned and put that down.
Well, that ball's out there, on that.
Good help. And unless it's number one, we're going to let them take that shot.
Good job by Katy on that weak side.
19-7 Springville. And this last few runs is the best Wasatch has looked all night, Corey.
Yeah, they're settling in a little bit, getting a little composure, I think. And
great pass. And we're going to call from up top. We're going to get a call from the official up top, and that was a good cut by McKenna. Ashley hit her coming through the lane, and number 10, and I've talked about her tonight. And she's a very physical player, and got her hand caught in the cookie jar. She's going to go to the sit down.
They like to pinch this and have Ashley Gardner step back. The lob.
Straight up. Nice.
Even
job.
with a scouted.
So athletic.
Defended well. Yeah. What do you do?
And we probably would have
post in the paint.
Don't put that thing down, but that gave her that power dribble, and she got up and
a great finish. That's something I've seen her develop, and she has really grown tremendously. Is just finishing.
When she's squared up, she's really good. And number 2 stopped and turned and looked at the opposite shot clock from the other side. I haven't seen that. Obviously, these girls are getting used to it now.
Yeah, and with a 10-point lead, just trying to control the tempo, control everything about the game at this point. But the window's open. They're leaving it there for Wasatch to take.
And it hasn't been as easy, Corey. The first quarter, Springville came down and just kind of did what they wanted to. They're getting a little defensive pressure, and like what I'm seeing, there's that. Great job.
Oh, found the shooter. Little bumble.
And that's a nice take. Well, hey, we're spreading the floor a little bit. Something we didn't do when I watched us play Morgan. We didn't do very well. We didn't spread the floor. Katy Perry on the basket, by the way.
Another good board. So you get a bucket here, and it's
there you go.
5-6 points.
This is great little run. Like I've said, super job. This is Sicily.
Oh, there's the hand.
You saw that
defensive.
coming.
Yep. She is so good at that. Waiting for that cross.
And that's a nice jump up.
And that.
Boy, you textbook right there.
We got a timeout on the floor.
Like you did in drills, right? Square up and knock it down. Hey, I like what I'm seeing. Cicely Clark has had some success. She just got her pocket picked right there.
We'll watch a couple of these. That
again, feet set.
Great set.
It down.
Smooth shot. And this is that pinch it. She steps back. Here, I would like to see her step back a little more on it. Keep that defender on her back and drive her up the lane a little bit. That'll create you some space.
There's a nice spacing
Sicily.
take. And then there she gets her pocket pick right there. And then watch this textbook jump shot.
She sees like she doesn't have numbers. Pull up and shoot it over the top.
10 points. And you wouldn't have thought at the first quarter we're going to be this close, and we have really played well in the last 5 minutes or so. Like Brown is checked in, and we get a turnover.
Boy, and that's how fast though.
And Espen, it just makes that look easy.
Now you got to be just sharp every second, or she'll make you pay.
Yes.
And I say not just her, but the whole team. You can tell it's a system thing.
Love the screen. You got to roll. Ashley, get somewhere. And Feely handling the pressure.
Again, anytime you cross, she's going to pull.
Oh, she's getting a little frustrated there. Okay, if you're going to foul, you can't let them get the ball up. So one way you get the momentum back is turn up the defensive pressure, and Springville has done that, and they've extended the lead.
Great adjustment coming out of that other timeout.
That's a nice steal
just
right there.
Dialing it up.
Just showed there. Great replay. Not sure why they reset it. Right there, just Feely was she's upset at the pressure.
Couple of things, yeah.
It's got a good
feeling. You got
her. Yeah.
You feel that you're getting frustrated with it,
and that's young.
Fine.
That's young.
Keep your face to it,
right?
And then you got to come to the ball as the receiver too, right?
Yeah, we've talked about that.
And let the defender step in between like that. You've got to come and meet the ball.
Well, and even before that, Corey, there's separation. You got to do a V cut. You got to get some separation. Come to the ball with your hands ready to catch it. Turn and face. And if we were as fundamentally sound as we talk, we'd be playing.
That's why I'm up here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Two good teams here. I like the energy Wasatch is giving there. We're getting a little frustrated with the defensive pressure, and rightfully so. Feely she's handled it really well tonight. And I wish we'd just call a screen. Just somebody come from wherever you're at, give her a screen. Clark, there's a little screen. You're gonna let Ashley go.
Yeah, the defense is
good job.
Is the difference. I don't know if Wasatch has seen a defense this relentless yet this season.
Right.
So it's going to take a half. You hope less, but it's taken them this long to make the adjustments to it.
Coach Hall's got to get her some help.
Yeah.
Bottom line,
you've got to keep your face.
You're leaving her hanging out.
And you can't pick up the ball because they're going to close that gap, and now your court has just shrunk tremendously.
So we got Feely now. As soon as she crosses half court, she's turning her back, and she has to. The pressure's too tough, and then nobody's coming to help. So you got to get that young lady a screen. Pennington handles the ball so well. Nice defense by Wasatch.
Yeah, and keeping that ball on that side. It's bunching up a little bit. But look at her just take command.
Good job.
Clear the floor, and direct the traffic.
There's Feely. Great drop step and step right in front of that passing lane.
This is a great opportunity for Feely as a freshman.
Oh, absolutely.
To play, that level of talent, and just it'll challenge her. Knowing her too, she's way harder on herself than anybody is.
Yeah, coming. That's Wasatch ball. That's a nice job and good. Hey, they know full well there's some trees in the paint for Wasatch. The Garner girls are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, now this is a really big lineup with the two Garner girls and Katy Perry. You got Cicely Clark and Liz Houston. Oh, you're too lazy.
Yeah, that is
it's
really
just lazy.
Yeah, that is.
Now you're fortunate. You got bailed out because you're going to get a second chance here to right
There
your
you
wrong.
go. McKenna coming up. Now turn.
See the middle.
There you go. And
Eyes
that's
up.
So much better from Miss Perry. Eyes up.
Oh, get it into her.
Yeah.
She's posting. Has it right where she wants her on the block, and now it's.
I like what we're doing. We're catching. We're looking.
Switch it.
Nice job.
Get your post inside. There's your cut. A little too many bodies coming through the lane.
And that has been open for her. Good look. Got to knock it down. You got to have a little bit of luck tonight, right?
And you got to make it more difficult on their shots like that. You can't. That's just too easy to come down, one screen, step around, and shoot. You got to get a hand in it. You got to fight through the screens, anticipate that, talk.
So our scorers have not had the ball in their hands tonight, and that is not going to bode well for you. And they have been working on defense. And I don't know that they've ever had to defend a team like this, where every girl can handle the ball pretty well.
And it's a lot of movement, a lot of screens.
Nice move by number 5. I would contend she might have traveled a little bit before she started that move, but break the press, and blue brings us back. Did we step out of bounds?
For shot clock.
Okay. Okay. I refer to blue as official. I refuse to call him a zebra. There's the screen.
Create some separation.
There you go.
You got a mismatch. They're switching it off.
There.
If on that switch, if she just dives right to the post, the defender has to stage. They can't switch back.
Right. And Coach, ball went up. 2 smaller girls defending Ashley, and they both just boxed out really well. Very well coached team.
Boy, that's a tough pass.
Nice job.
And a great finish.
And one. McKenna earned that one. She's you saw that on her face. And to me, we've been playing really hard and not getting, a lot out of it. So, and a lot out of it is again, buckets at the end, and the fruits of our labor are not being rewarded. Nice little give. And she gets right on Feely. Yeah, like you said,
That's a
Coach,
great stop.
Yep.
Defender's going to keep going, and you pulled. That's when you use your crossover.
Got her. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get. So there's 2 on Esplin.
And a lot of times when you turn your back, the ref will let you rest a hand.
Right.
But he did a good job of explaining to her you're pushing with that hand.
Yeah. Well, like you said, Feely's getting a little more comfortable turning and facing, which she's got to do.
And you've got to turn and face it, and if she's going to close it, then you got to take her.
Yeah.
And make her pay for closing it. Make her back up a step, but she won't do that if you turn your back.
The other thing too, Corey, is it is hard to get a pick or use a pick when your back's to the ball. You know what I mean? You've got to be squared. You got to be squared up so you know which way to go.
You can't set your defender up very well that way. You're right. She knocks down the first, closing it to a 14-point game, 28-14.
There you go. Nice extension. Use your legs.
Yeah, if you can see a little run by Wasatch here, close it back down to single digits before the half.
Feely working hard. I like it.
But with the discipline of Springville, they're going to go one shot. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
And that's how you get around the screen, Miss Feely.
There you go.
You go right through it sometimes.
I'd like to see her, as soon as she pokes away, get back up into her before she even gets control. Don't let her get it and get comfortable and reset.
Coach Young
she might have shuffled it. Oh, she definitely traveled.
Yeah. And they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul.
That's almost the same thing we saw on that one.
So we miss a travel, and then we call at the end of the half we call a foul on a 3-point.
And they are talking. Maybe they say, let's see if we can see that play again.
Lead official's going to come in and say, and understand the clock, right?
There's a little hop. There's a step, another step, pass.
No, come on.
The first one was worse than that.
Yeah, it was.
And if you're going to let the first one go,
and that's a little bit of a frustration foul. Ashley should know better, but however, that was very touch.
Yeah. Just be consistent.
Yeah.
And this is a long time.
And again, Corey,
I don't know what the discussion is.
Know the clock. Know where you're at. Know your situation up on the scoreboard, and you're going to give it to her. He doesn't want to overrule him.
Right.
But it's probably a little coaching moment for him.
But maybe where it's the half, take your partners into the end of the half and talk about it, not on the floor. But absolutely, I'm glad they have that discussion because you let the first one go.
Right.
That was worse. And then you're going to call it on something like that.
And it occupies Coach Hull's time.
Yep.
Just get in the locker room and let's get something up on the board, make some adjustments. But kind of what we thought, right?
Yeah,
Corey. I mean, this is the team that we thought was coming in.
I knew the defense was going to come, and I knew Springville was going to have the offense. I was hoping that Wasatch's defense could limit a little bit more and get a couple more buckets from some of their leaders. 15 points and a half is not like Wasatch.
No.
So they've got to find a way to secure the possessions better, take care of the ball, and to get better shots.
You'll get another shot at Springville. Everybody gets to play each other twice. So you learn from this. Game's not over yet. We got a half going through. So some things that we can learn and get better. I do like the fact that we are not putting the ball on the ground to dribble as soon as we catch it. We're turning to face, but we got to break it across the timeline first. We have not been able to do that, and when we struggle doing that,
their pressure on the guards is creating a big headache,
and
which is taking away the bigs.
Yeah, absolutely. Our
dominant post play.
Yep.
We can't even get it in there.
And I think we saw that against Morgan too. They did almost the very similar thing, which hence makes sense to pressure the ball coming down. Doesn't allow you to get in your offense, but you got to break that press. If the easy bucket's there, you take it. If not, you pull it back out and run the offense.
Yes. All right, well, we're going to take a break. Let you watch the cheer here. Make sure to check out our sponsors as they come and scroll through this, and we'll join you in the second half.
And underway. A sizable lead for Springville. Nice look at the basket. She knocks it down.
As feared. Coach Hull, it's not how you want to see it coming out of the half.
Right.
Giving it an open.
And there's a lot of energy coming out of the half, as you well know. Both, you made some adjustments. You want to see it. You want to kind of see it come to fruition. Looks like they have switched Esplin off of Feely as she brings the ball down, which allows us some. But if we get too good, they'll probably make the switch back. And again, Coach, you talked about putting that ball on the ground.
And Cicely, just again, if I have
super pass.
If I have a suggestion or a coaching moment for Cicely, it's just keep your head up.
Yeah.
She has a tendency to look down. That defense collapses under in the corner and her head's down. Feely has got to move out, clear out of that space, take her man out.
Does. Yeah. Outstanding pass by Esplin right there. Just absolutely threaded the needle. And not a bad recovery from number 10. We haven't called her name other than me accusing her of fouling every time she touched the ball. But Kayla Perret is a good ball player. All these girls in the red uniform on the floor tonight are very good, as is the Wasatch team.
I'm just so impressed with their coaching staff. Getting this system. They're always in the place. It's really tough, tenacious defense. But offensively,
that's a great job by Cicely. A little out of control at the end. She might be hurt, Coach.
Yeah, she's still not getting up off the floor.
Gives us a little.
Looks like she may have rolled an ankle or something like that.
But I really like the take.
And that's what I want you to do is take it back at somebody.
But you need somebody to come to the basket, right? I mean, once you get underneath there. Coach always called me, and it's not derogatory. The pygmy. He was like, "Can your pygmy stay out of the trees?" And I looked to pass it when I was down there. I was not a great finisher. And now Esplin's going to be on.
1 second left on that 10-second. But again, come down, pick it up, and now
come on, you got to come to the ball. You got to come and help her.
Don't pick that ball up unless you're going to make your pass or make your shot.
Liz is not the scorer, but she has some energy, and I do like the take.
Yeah, there you go. Get into her a little bit defensively. And
Ashley Garner, a little bit of foul trouble. She's got 3 fouls on her right now, and 2 for Perret and Esplin, as Esplin just knocks down another 3.
Just a very easy look in the corner as they change the ball. But, I mean, I say easy, meaning open, but Ashley Gardner was coming out with her hand up extended.
Yeah.
She just makes it look easy, I should say.
There you go. Turning square. We are not moving very much.
Nope, but the answer.
We'll take that. I said I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not opposed to it either. It's not gonna. With this amount of lead, you got to have a lot of those.
That's great to see that, but you can't exchange buckets.
You don't live on that, right?
As we watch both of these threes, there's a pass to the corner.
Just not a lot of movement from Wasatch there.
Nope.
I mean, we're kind of standing. We're going in slow motion. They're going to hit McKenna, and she just turn and look.
Even Liz catches it, puts the ball on her hip, and kind of waits.
Coach, if I would have squared up that far away, and of course we didn't have a 3-point line. That's how old I was. Like the next year they put it in. But if I'd have shot the ball from that far away, I would have been right next to a grumpy guy on the bench. Well, 39-18, and like you said, Corey, they are the class of the 5A, and this is where you want to be, Wasatch, right?
So you gotta get some stops strung together here. If you want to close this gap, you've got to limit buckets or make it difficult for Springville, and then you got to convert. So you get a couple of them in a row, and you get a run. And so let's see what they're able to do. They're bringing man pressure all the way up. Another good open look out of that offense. And they just dribble.
Resets the clock.
Yeah.
And a little
That's the first time
little walk.
he caught it. She's done that a number of times, but the first she gets caught on it and counts as a stop.
Yep.
So you get one, you get a bucket, you get another stop and a bucket, and that's how you're going to close this gap. But again, pretty decent job on Wasatch of limiting it and making them take the shot that they want to take. Stay underneath, nothing easy. Let them run through it a few times.
No pick. And that's a tough take for her. She had a great follow-up, but that's going to be tough tonight. So
that's forcing it a little bit.
3 seniors, a junior, and a freshman on the floor. That was about enough.
Another hop.
Moving violation.
Now come down, run your hit.
Heads up. And way too far away. Yeah.
I think everybody in the gym saw that coming.
A little frustrated. Feely's working hard tonight. And, I mentioned it in the Morgan game. You saw the look in the girl's face. They got tired of this defensive pressure.
Feely looks tired. She's standing a lot of flat-footed stuff.
And one. Let's drop in there. Number 5.
She's still down.
Yeah. She's beat right now.
She looks very gassed.
I'm not sure that I see a little limp going on right there. But she's a young player. A little bit maybe defeated mentally, but she's going to be a good one. And this is, Coach, this is a learning experience for you, like you said.
This is the biggest opportunity when you play against that caliber. Right. It's only going to elevate you. Right. And that shows you what you need to get to if you want to be that type of a player.
Absolutely.
Too. It should drive you. And knowing Feely, it does. It will. She pushes herself more than anybody that I know. So. Couple of free throws going to close the gap, keeping it right around 18 points, 39-21.
And
halfway through.
Schuler just checked in, number 15 for Wasatch. She's on the ball.
Boy, if they start hitting those shots, though.
Yeah.
They've had 4 or 5 good looks.
And we are not rebounding.
There you go.
That's the first mistake I've seen Pennington make. Yeah, you got it there. You're going to get the foul.
Both players, fighting position, trying to get that loose ball.
Wasatch coach is a little animated on there. Let that one. We'll get that one. But they're coaching hard, right? As a coach, Corey, what's your thought? What's your frame of mind when you're behind this much?
Well, some positive things is that I've seen this second half in the last 4.5 minutes is you're getting the calls.
Right.
And so if you can get composure and get into a set, get the ball into places that you want them. The Gardner girls on the blocks.
And you want to
you're getting the calls, so don't give up. Like fight through these and get the call, get to the line.
Good point.
And you just win possession at a time. I mean, I know it's cliche, but you get a stop and you get a bucket. You get a stop and you get a bucket. Right. You got to play at that mindset. And next time you look up,
Coach Hull arguing for the foul there on the loose ball, and I would contend that the ball was probably out on us. And you tend as an official, and I've never been an official. Watched a lot of ball, but I got a good friend, Coach Kinsman, being one of them, and I always pick his brain. And Coach Kinsman loves to coach about what he sees out there, and there's times when the score is kind of away like this, you're not calling it as tight.
Yeah,
they
are right here, and we get another call.
Right.
But yeah, like you're saying, sometimes
they're gonna. Meaning the calls are going to go in the losing team's favor more often than not, right?
Yep.
You're not so concerned about it.
They say they'll never do that, but they do.
Right.
They close it.
Oh,
whether it's a foul count, whether it's a score count.
Sure, and I think case in point in that ball going out of bounds could have been on either girl. You could have slowed down a little bit, but right away he just
50-50,
made the call.
They'll go with that.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a million times myself, but it's interesting to hear it from Doug Kinsman's point of view, as a ref who has ref number of games.
He'd also say, there were times when he would referee younger boys or girls basketball, and he'd be less apt to make a call, and that's where it kind of comes in. I'll coach him up a little bit. By the second half, I'm making that call.
Yeah.
Letting him play a little bit.
I feel like Ashley Gardner has an advantage if we can get her down on the block. But she's coming, not credit defender, right? She's pushing her out.
Yeah.
Extending that range. So if she does catch it, she's 10 feet out.
Watch number 10.
As opposed to
Coach,
if you can catch it 5 feet under.
Catch this going on. Number 10 and Ashley under the paint. Number 10 loves to try to get position, and they are fight. It's a little bit of a battle. Maybe not so much going on in the game.
I think it's something coached within a system, right?
Yeah.
They're winning position. It's,
right.
It's 15 Brindley Schuler and number 10 Allie Ackerson. Those are the little things they're doing, making it uncomfortable for Wasatch.
And here's the thing too is Kayla Perret, a good ball player. She's tough. She started the game. I noticed her doing that to Kenna. Ashley is a little less likely to take that. She's getting a little frustrated in there, so maybe a little sidebar if people want to look down in the paint. And Ashley's a great player when she turns and squares up, Coach, and she has not done that tonight. She's not had the opportunity to do that. Now, a lot of it's that post defense.
Yeah. This is interesting watching this timeout here. Springville's head coach, Holly Averett, opting to use the time to plead something to the official.
Wow.
Not even addressing, letting the assistants take it.
Let her assistants take that.
Didn't even talk to her team at that, just in the ear of the official the entire timeout. And she might. Wasatch has got a lot of calls,
right? But in
their favor.
And I think she's pleading her case, but she doesn't want to get it away. You do have a pretty commanding lead, so in my opinion, maybe you're planting a seed for later. I don't know that you need to do that.
Yeah,
that's a nice job, boy. And McKenna, I'd like to see that fall, but never puts the ball down. Great fundamentally, went right back up.
That's something they've improved.
Yeah,
keeping that ball high and.
Love how Springville uses the screen, and then the roll. Look at the ball movement.
Ooh, big block by Ashley Gardner.
Okay,
that is a great block. Yep. She's so good at keeping her hands high and timing.
Both sisters are very well coached. I tell her, lucky enough to work with their dad in law enforcement, but her mom is the one probably taught them that.
Two on the shot clock. She's forced to take that shot. But again, not really contested.
Yeah.
The shot we want them taken, but
and we are not rebounding.
No, give them another opportunity.
Corey, we are not rebounding the ball. So got to be good at all the little things too. And at the end of the day, you got to put that orange thing in the hoop. Yeah, that's going to come our way.
As I said, that might be right off the foot of Brindley Schuler there.
So slow this down, Coach Hall. Get some ball movement and look inside your Garner girls. And I'll tell you, and Katy Perry's not bad inside in the paint. And
these are the opportunities. You're going to see this team again, and you're going to see good competition.
Just going to say,
use it as coaching to let us get what we want on these possessions and.
Not Katie's range. She has a good jump shot, but that's probably a little out of her range. Like to see her square up, take a step. And Miss Feely's back in. And that's
good
a great
find.
pass.
I was going to say, I don't know if she's a seer, but Ashley Gardner, great job of running the floor.
Very nice. Okay, got to sag. And what I mean by that is Miss Feely has got to sag down when she's the off guard.
Got to communicate a little. They're leaving that.
That's too easy.
Block.
Too easy. And that's on the ball. And you're right, Corey. The offside is wide open as well because we are not seeing it. You got to sag as low as the ball. Miss Ashley.
Might have picked it up a little early, but I like that she got bailed out. Belly to belly, right at the shot blocker. Doesn't try to change it, tries to just go up with her shot, she's going to get the call.
On the line shooting 2.
So number 15 for Springville has 3 fouls. Nobody else really in foul trouble.
That ball's going to use almost every part of the rim it can before it falls through.
Checks back in.
And Wasatch should be shooting free throws from here on out.
Perez out. I don't see the number that came in for her. What do we got there, Corey? What was that?
I'm not sure he's swinging his finger.
Slowing it down, setting it up, I guess. Which that's advantage for us. Let's just get set up. Miss Schumacher must stay in front of her. Some of our young girls getting lost on the floor, and I remember being there. But only way to learn. Nice job.
Great
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Red ball.
I don't want to pronounce her first name, but last name Schuler, number 15.
Brinley.
Brinley? I think it is
That would be
Brinley. But it's just the way it's long version. And that's a good move.
Yeah.
Ashley,
So
nice.
just get a couple of stops, build something off of it.
Yeah.
Even if you come out in the negative in this game, you want to have some positives that you can look at and build on it. Like we did this right.
Defense and
See,
rebound.
that's a much better crossover, keeping the face at her, and now you can change.
And that should be 3 on.
Fouls on number 1. Esplin.
3 on Esplin.
Number 23.
And 3 girls with 3 fouls on the floor for Springville. Esplin's got a motor, doesn't she? She doesn't stop. Good player. She's efficient, right? So that's probably a way to explain that. Some girls can, some players can have a motor, but they're all over the place. When you're efficient,
He's been on with her free throws tonight. It's good to see.
26-41, Springville. And there's that pick. Man, they come off that pick so well. Such an easy game when you play it like that, right?
Yeah, it sure makes it a lot easier for you.
Sammy Stepp knocked that down.
See if we can watch a few of these from that quarter.
So three-pointer.
That's one of those 3 step that we were talking about earlier. Maybe get some movement with it, but there's that.
A nice block by Ashley. Here's Feely clearing the ball. And great. And Coach, like you said, didn't think she saw her. Great pass. And that was the last, number 5.
And I've seen that a number of times tonight.
Sammy Stepp, thank you.
You know, by Wasatch, they're just leaving somebody unaccounted for. And I don't know if we're overcompensating, trying to be aware of where somebody else is, trying to double. I don't know. But we seem to be losing somebody on the back.
Well,
and it's one away. They make it, and they're getting a good look at it.
And listen, one of the things I've always said as a coach and as an announcer too, I'm going to criticize the performance, not the performer, right? So nothing against the player, but we are lackadaisical. We are walking. We are not. And it's human nature.
I think some of the steam is definitely
sizable
out of
lead. But where you see it is, just like off season, where you're doing things when people aren't looking, right? And this is the time to do those things when you're not looking. Not for a lack of effort. You're just a little frustrated, right? Liz Houston's strong. I like it. She puts a little bit on the ball. That's a tough take.
Great find, too.
There you go.
Ashley, I was watching Ashley on this side of the block. She works on that side of the block. The defender working very hard.
I always say she's got to square up, Coach, but she really does. She's got to get somewhat square, and she's so strong and athletic she can get it in.
But that bucket comes from the work that she was doing
absolutely.
before she touched the ball.
Away from the ball. And like we were talking
See,
about.
again, somebody's being left and unaccounted. And so when that ball changes and moves, if they were on at all from outside, this would be a runaway game. But
nobody's there we go. And
you've got her on your back. Stop early before the rim. Keep her behind you and let that ball come in.
And Whitney Jeffs has not played. I mean, this is our first minutes of the game, and she comes in and just steps. So just again, it's program. It's well-coached team.
Absolutely.
You've got to get better at moving out without the ball, Corey. You've said that time and time again.
The few times I've seen us do it, we've had success.
And I'm not. And again, just not a.
I'll find one more. Katie was open on the block there. Because the double's coming to Ashley there, which she's catching it.
We'll go back to what you said earlier about 31 for Wasatch. Just sometimes it's a lazy pass, and that was just you're just turning and throwing it. You're kind of bailing yourself out
because there was nobody there.
Yeah.
We got little luck.
We can't have that.
Turn. I'm in trouble, and she
just throw it up.
Unfortunately, nobody was watching at the time.
Right.
I got to say, free throws overall has been a lot better tonight than we've seen some of the games. That Wasatch has really struggled from the line. But tonight, they've looked pretty solid.
And they're tired, so it's not. That's when you want to be able to hit them. Katie has such a smooth, when she is squared up, she looks so good and strong.
If you can get that ball to her in that range with it, it's pretty money.
There you go. Keep them in front of you. You don't have to do anything. They use that screen so well. And that's,
Now it's falling. Yeah, they just execute very well on offense, running through it, screen, handoff, dribble.
We've got to have more screens off
the
the ball.
And then defense just
we are just standing.
And that ball thrown behind her. She had the step coming off that screen, lead her to the hoop. So she's catching that going to the rim and throw it behind. Now she's got to stop.
And Esplin's a good player. She was just waiting for it on the other side. Hats off to Houston. She's trying to make something happen. A little bit of frustration on Wasatch coaching staff. But you're going to learn from this. You're going to watch film. Good job, Liz.
And knowing Coach Hull, she's never going to stop.
No.
She'll coach right through it.
Yep.
Still standing, still on the court, hauling her, giving her instructions. But
she's got timeouts. Let's use them. Right?
Let's see a couple of these. Yeah, that's just a ball movement off screens. Somebody unaccounted for knocks it down. Here it is. The defense collapses in. Shooter on the outside. Easy three.
Man. Makes that look easy.
And we just want to take one quick second to mention our sponsors that we've got. Twisted Sugar, right there by Domino's. If you want to stop in.
So good.
A sweet tooth or a craving to get their cookies and drinks. Gucci Goose. Of course, I had some Gucci Goose last night.
Man, I think I've had Gucci Goose once a week.
And their location here on Main Street in Heber is now open. I believe that's two, one in Midway and one here in Heber.
They catered last night's drill team competition, and that loaded baked potato with the brisket on it, holy cow.
I'm not going to admit, but I might have taken 4. Went in for 1, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. Later in the night, I'm like, there's still leftovers?
Don't leave them.
Not anymore.
They do. You should not have leftovers there. So you pair that with a Twisted Sugar.
And then, of course, we got Labrum Ford helping us out and the Phone Doc. But yeah, get one of their Twisted Sugar drinks and the Gucci Goo. I like their scoops.
Oh,
you ever had those?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So good.
You're making me hungry, Ken. Pretty decent look there by Springville. Just a quick change. A lot of arms. I mean, they called so many things throughout the game.
You gotta do that. You gotta blow the whistle on that. I mean, again, be aware of the scoreboard when it's that blatant.
I mean, I like the pressure. I love you coming up, your hands up, but when they're coming over the top and swiping at everything, like
absolutely.
All right, clear the space. Wide open.
Man.
And actually, a good job on the board, keeping it, and she clears her space, chests the ball.
She's such a great athlete.
I don't know if I want her putting on the floor that far.
Yeah.
See, they've got to be more intent on those passes.
Yeah,
and
right.
It's a little lazy. It's kind of coming across.
It is, Coach. It's lazy. Great.
And a good finish.
Feed the post, right?
Yep.
And again.
And that's where I felt like we've had an advantage tonight. We just haven't
Ashley
capitalized.
does not have to be completely square. I preach that all the time, but that girl's so athletic and strong. She just has to be somewhat squared.
And she's improved so much on her finishing, So give her the ball down in there and let her work.
Parade, just a nice little jumper. Such a good defender, too. Look at her. Look at her.
Again, a lazy pass.
That is
defender between you, and you're just throwing it up for anybody at that point.
Backed it out. Number 10's putting a little bit of a clinic on right there. And here's our 3-point, and she goes over after hitting 2 of them. Sammy Step.
And that one by Feely has a little bit more mustard on it.
Yeah.
Don't fade away.
No.
Fade through it to the rim. At least you have more chance of getting a call and better finishing.
We're fighting.
And you're in her. Puts you in a spot to rebound.
Oh.
She looks hurt down there.
Yeah, that might have tweaked
and that's
it a little
hustling,
bit.
yeah.
On both sides, too. Esplin looked like she was a little slow to get up.
Let's see if we can watch a couple breaks. Here's that 3 from earlier. Again, just ball movement, screens. Yeah. Very, very efficient is the word that comes to mind, watching their offense.
And
Katie,
I apologize. I gave you a little hard time on your passing, and that was a great pass into the post. She just kind of leaves it out on the floor. She's tired. She's tired. I don't know that was serious, but she's spent. Tough night. And the trainer's on the floor.
And when you're tired and you're down, things hurt a little bit more.
They do. Yeah, they do. They do. And then you look at the score.
I know. It's like, oh, man, do I really want to get up? This is hard.
I'm looking at we got trainers out on the floor. I remember when I was in high school, I had my head coach come over. You all right? Can you walk? Yeah, that's about all I got.
Well, you're lucky you got that.
Lucky to have a great staff.
Yeah, nowadays the care.
Great support.
I mean, every school has a trainer.
Oh, yeah.
In the house.
Second to none.
They take care of them pretty well.
And here it is, the top of the line. Great facilities. Getting a good little crowd here.
The ball screen coming off.
Wow. Miss Perret has got some game, as does this young lady.
Yeah. And that, Kenna Gardner's not going to get credit with a block, but she
made that happen. Yeah.
She made that shot miss. She got her deeper underneath than she wanted, stuck underneath the rim.
Finally, Miss Feely.
There you go.
Miss Feely, she didn't make that. She's going to be frustrated, but I'm going to tell you what, she kept the ball in front of her, didn't turn her back, kept
and I'll take that shot all day.
Changing hands, making the defender move. When you stay straight line and you don't change hands, you're very easy to defend. So just under 3 minutes, and Miss Frey, she got a slower player and made her pay. And the defensive pressure is not coming off for Springville. We're beginning to catch the ball.
Little ball movement. You got it inside.
Deeper in the backcourt.
I see, and I don't mind. Throw it in and throw it right back out. Right.
Wow.
I knew he was gonna,
Wow. Huh.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But that's the right idea,
So,
right? Throw it in.
yeah.
At least let that defense collapse.
we're a little exhausted. Listen to, we are getting the ball deeper in the backcourt where we're exchanging pass. That's not going to, you're not a threat, right? You're easy to defend if you're going to stand above the 3-point line and do that. Lots to learn.
I'm just looking at some of the stats here. According to Max Preps for Springville, they averaged 55.6, which kind of surprised me. They've got some great offensive talent out there. So they're right on pace on their average. Wasatch definitely below theirs. And Wasatch has been on a skid the last, they've lost a few in a row now here, and it's.
Well, go back to what got you successful. Maybe Coach Hull's trying some things, and we know you know where your strength is. The Garner girls in the post. Anytime we can feed it into them, so you got to build an offense around that. But with defensive,
if you could do that, if you could get that ball into the post and let them work, it'll open up the outside.
And you don't have you don't have a ball handling 5 on the court right now for the Wasps. Got to stay with her.
I'll be interested to see if Springville brings pressure, full court pressure against Wasatch, what they do. Who's going to bring it up, and can they?
Oh, that hurts.
That hurts. Took a good shot.
Yeah. And not malicious. She's just coming out, get her, and she went around her,
which is a great read. You beat in a closeout by attacking.
Yeah.
So she's going to have a sub come in for her as she can kind of tend to that, at least get looked at or walk it off a little bit. But she's played a heck of a game. All of them put it out 100% effort.
Good job, Liz.
There you go.
And I'm going to slow it down, but nice defend by Liz Houston. So close out some things, don't get injured.
So it looks like Springville's going to pull it back. I wanted to see with a 51-32 lead, just under 2 minutes to go, if they kind of pull back a little bit.
And they finally do.
And they do. And some substitutions coming in, some players that haven't seen some time.
That's your jam, though. I see that more and more where coaches, hey, that's how that's how I'm building my program. And Schumacher gets an opportunity to get the ball, not strong with it. She's young.
And this is the chance that they get. These are the moments for them. Like, here's your minutes. You got to protect it. You got to, if you want to get more,
Price.
You got to take care of the ball.
Miss Reagan Price, and
good coaching moments.
My eyes are horrible. I'm trying to find her number on the Wasatch roster.
Well, that's what's driving me crazy.
And I can't.
Our viewers can't see that. We're looking at it, right? It's not in numerical order.
I don't know who puts that together. That's got to change.
There's 40 names on this list.
That's got to change.
And we're doing our best to find them.
Not the most friendly when we have a class-driven seniors to sophomores.
Another great
that's her
shot.
third.
She's had and that's her spot. She's hit a couple from there.
And you play your strengths, right? They play their strengths. Katy Perry having a rough night.
It almost looked like he didn't want to call it, but
the number 13
as we see that shot again.
For our Wasps, I do not know this young lady's name, but she comes in, got a little bit of motor, will play on the ball.
Ava Collette is what I'm looking at. It looks like a junior, Ava Collette, if that is her. I've seen a couple other numbers that didn't look right to me.
Right. I think you're right, Coach.
But
Ava's in.
I haven't seen her much this year. This is a good opportunity to get a little PT in there and some experience.
Number 30 checks in.
think that's Brooklyn, it looks like. Good board. Keeps drawing her back. Good position.
Miss Price.
A little younger than Ashley, but has
there.
a game similar to what I saw from Ashley Gardner a couple years ago. And so
Miss Price got a little burn early in the game. And
if I'm right.
She's in. Schumacher. Actually running the offense.
But there's that pick it up. Turn your back, pick up the ball.
Okay, now I see I can see your hesitance to not want to call that, but when the young lady reaches all the way in front of your body, you gotta. That's just as much a teaching moment, right? So winds down, Corey. They're going to take their second loss in region. I don't think it's a death sentence by any means.
No,
Coach Hull's going to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, Springville definitely, sitting on top of the region. There's always things to learn, and you want to come out, you want to play hard and make a statement. But the ref's just going to wave that one off and say time it expired. Foul happened.
Colette's going to get. I'm going to get my name on the books before I go. Well, so you wished it would have went different. The stats indicated this was going to happen. But we like when we play against the stats, right? We do some good things, and we just never got in a rhythm. I think the second quarter, Corey, we talked about 4 or 5 times down the court that we looked pretty good. Other than that, it was a rough night.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can take from the fourth quarter there, especially as you start getting subs in. But there were some positives for sure.
Right.
But you see what you want to get your program to.
Yeah.
If you want to get to the top
Yep.
count, right? Now, Wasatch has been ranked in the top 10 according to the RPI and on max preps. But do you want to really get to that next level?
Right.
There's some things that you got to sharpen up and you got to play a little bit. And
so
Springville is a good case of what you want to get to.
You know what? And your fundamentals are exposed against good teams, right? You can get away with a little bit of, and I'm going to say, by no means is anything look like garbage. I'm using it as a term, but you can get away with a little bit of garbage against a lesser team, but not with a team like Springville.
You can't let up for a second. You got to execute every second because it's
right.
And they'll take advantage. A good team like that. What a solid program. Just hats off. I can't say enough about.
They do all the little
Coach
things,
Everett.
plus they score the ball too. Each one of those girls, fundamentally sound.
And they just get into their system. They run it. They execute over, and then open shot. Execute. It's a grind, right? It gets you down. You can't let up. You can't miss an assignment for a second or they make you pay. And then defensively, man, they're going to make you work.
Hats off to
all night.
Head coach Holly Averett. That's a great staff she's got together there. So,
yep. I mean, it's fun to see what Coach Hull is doing.
Yep,
she
absolutely.
Is really elevating.
We are moving in the right direction. That no doubt about that. Seems like we just criticize all night long. We're moving in the right direction. Good things are happening.
And even though some things didn't happen, but I'll tell you, I'm seeing a different style of basketball with the Lady Wasps that I've seen, and I like it. It's fun to watch. It's easy to watch. It's good. So,
well, and I'll end on this. I think as a head coach, sometimes you get caught up in the score, right? And go back to playing good defense and rebounding the ball. To me, and then you set the foundation there. Then you're going to start getting sets and find out who your scorer is. You have scores on the floor, but you got to do those. You got to do those fundamental things. And maybe one of the critique is you have to be strong with the pass. We both saw that. We are not stepping and snapping that
something
ball.
You want to work for. Just have a purpose, a little bit more purpose with the pass, and coming to it and just snapping it to them. So,
but no lack of hustle tonight. Those girls play hard all the way down to the end. Proud of them.
Love these girls. Fun to watch.
Yeah, they are fun to watch.
I look forward to doing their games, and we hope you enjoy our broadcasts as we bring them to you. If you do, make sure to visit our sponsors. Give them a shout. Let them know that you're watching and enjoying the broadcast. Thanks to them. If you'd like to be a sponsor, please reach out to us. This is a extracurricular after-hours program that we do, and so everything's coming from our sponsors. And
it is first class too. So anybody ever come to a game and get to see this setup? I mean, it looks like CBS pulled in.
Well, we have dreams of even bigger. It's sky's the limit for this too. So
outstanding.
We so glad you could join us tonight. We got another back-to-back here with the boys coming up next. So we'll wrap this one up, give you a break, and then hope you join us in about 16 minutes for the boys game here.